crafty friends. This is Teresa. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a very exciting series that I am going to introduce. I want to let you know that I took all of this inspiration with these wheels from Alicia over at Call Me Crafty Al. I will link her channel down below. If you don't know or not aware, she is the Call Me Crafty Al sheetload of cards lady, and I watch her channel. I used to be on her creative teams, and so I got all this inspiration from her with these wheels. So what today's series, I'm kicking off this series. What today's series is a kickoff of is use your kits and or scraps. So I have a ton of scraps and unused kits that are in my stash, and I don't ever touch them. Mainly because I use not too shabby products most of the time. And there's nothing wrong with not too shabby products. I absolutely love not too shabby products. However, I have a lot of things in my stash that just lies there untouched. So I am going to start this series to do that. And so I am going to, over here on the left of the screen, you will have seen this wheel spinning. So I have several different spinner wheels that I am going to spin to find out exactly what I'm using today. So I have pre-filmed this, and then I will get the supplies together, and then I will be back in the next part of the video and show you what I'm going to use. And then for today, I'm just going to do a show and share video. Now, I do want to also tell you that next month, hopefully, there will be an addition to this, a very exciting addition. So I will keep that a surprise until next month. So for the first thing, we're going to spin the wheel to find out exactly what kind of product I'm going to use. And I'm just going to go over here. You'll see my little cursor over here. General cards. Those would be cards just like encouragement cards, or just thinking of you cards, or just a general card with it, just a hello cards, that kind of thing. Then I have get well cards. I do not make those very often, so I really probably could use some in my stash. Tags, and I have a lot of tag dies, so that would be very nice to make. Bookmarks. I have lots of booktube friends over on my other channel. I'll give a shameless plug right here for that channel. It's called Creatively Faithful. The link to that channel is always in the description box down below, and I'd love it if you join me over there. It's a faith-based journaling, planning, faith sharing type channel. Reading journals, creative journals, planning, worship and Bible studies. So it's all kinds of things. So I have lots of book friends that I could send bookmarks to. Christmas cards. Christmas cards are my very favorite kind of cards to make. I'm kind of hoping to get that, because one of my crafty goals for 2025 is to make 12 Christmas cards each month, and I haven't made any this month yet. And it's the 24th of the month when I'm filming this. And Valentine's Day cards, that's my second favorite kind of card to make. Birthday cards, fall cards, Easter cards, winter cards, spring cards, and floral cards. And I view Easter cards and spring cards a little different. Easter cards have a specific Easter card message. Happy Easter. He is risen. Something like that. Spring cards are just more general. Hello, spring. Spring is here. That kind of thing. Okay, so I am going to click to spin right now. This is the first spinner wheel for my Use Your Scraps Kits series. Yay! So let's spin and see what we are going to make today. Yay! And we are going to make winter cards. Okay, I am going to, let's see if I can, oh no. Okay, I don't know how to hide it, but we're going to take it off for now, and then I will put it back after a few months. So we'll just take that off for now. Well, yeah, I'll put it back when, let's see, when we get down to 5, I'll start putting things back. So I will keep a list of what I've made and what I took off. And so when we get down to 5, I'll start adding things back. So, okay, here's the next wheel. Okay, my crafty friends, we are here with the second wheel. And if you know me and you know my channel, you know I like to use sketches. So I have like a very copious amount of sketches in my stash. There's a couple on here that I don't have them in my stash, but I do follow those people, so I do know how to get them. So let's go over the ones that we have. So we have Sheetload of Cards, we have Not Too Shabby sketches, and these sketches are sketches that were in the past exclusive to the membership, and I used to create them myself. And then occasionally we had some sketches on the challenge blog, and so I designed those myself as well. So, but they have the Not Too Shabby logo on them. So those are Not Too Shabby sketches. Then Build Your Stash of Holiday Card Sketch. That is a Facebook group run by my friend Crystal Minkler, and she has tons of beautiful sketches, and I use her sketches all the time. Mojo Monday sketch. I have a ton of Mojo Monday sketches. They are not being produced anymore, but they were created by one of our Not Too Shabby design team members, Julie Tillman. And so I've got that on the list. And Bourbon Creek Crafts sketch. Those are created by a former design team member from Not Too Shabby. And Scrapping for Less. If you remember from way back in the day, I used to own the company Scrapping for Less. She was on that design team as well. And she has recently started doing sketches. You have to subscribe to her newsletter to get the sketches. All of these people that I have mentioned, I will link their channels in the description box down below. MFT, My Favorite Things, is one of my favorite companies, and they have a sketch challenge every single month. And so I have those on the list. I have a lot of MFT sketches. My own sketch, because I used to design sketches for Not Too Shabby, not doing that anymore right now. But so I thought, well, I could come up with my own sketch for this. Although I'm hoping I don't get that today. Tawny Owl Papery sketch. That is also a Facebook group by my friend Crystal Minkler. That is her brand name, Tawny Owl Papery. I will link her channel down below. And then Crafty Mama Diaries is Helen from the Crafty Mama Diaries YouTube channel. And she has designed a few sketches, so I will link her channel down below as well. Just Craft Sketch. Now, I have never used one of her sketches, but she has a ton of sketches, so I will link her channel down below as well. And then Operation Right Home Sketch. Those are sketches that were being produced some time ago, and so I don't know who the creator of those sketches was, but I have a lot of those sketches. And as I'm talking, I'm thinking of a whole bunch of other sketch that I have access to and everything. So I may, as we take them off, I may add back that month another sketch that I'm familiar with and that I have some of. So, okay, so enough rambling, Teresa. Let's get to it and see what sketch we are going to work with today. Okay, let's spin. Yay! We are going to work with a sheet load of cards sketch. So I will be choosing one of those, and we're going to remove that for now. Okay, our last and final wheel that I am going to spin before I go and gather up all my supplies is what products to use. And I have a whole list of products. So let's go over them really quick. And so dies only, just use dies, nothing else. Other than, some paper to make the card, but no stamps or anything else, just dies as only. Then dies plus, I can use dies, but I can use anything else I want to. Use a stencil. Spellbinders Advent products, and this is kind of where this whole idea was born, was from Alicia's Advent calendar series, where she spun the wheel to decide which Advent calendar she was going to use the products from. Well, I have had a Spellbinder Advent calendar and had every intention of crafting along with Alicia every single day when she did that, but I didn't. So I have a lot of those Advent products that I've never used, so I put that on the wheel. Stamps, I also have tons of stamps that I never used, and I'm going to put a condition here that have never been used. So I know that I'll have to have one that I've never used before. Embossing folder, I'm not going to say that I have never used that, because I have some embossing folders that I really like, and I wouldn't mind using them again. A mixed media-ish product. So that would be stuff like pastes or sprays or those types of things. I've got a few of those, not a lot, but a few. Ink blending or ink smushing. Confetti. I have a lot of little confetti from This Calls for Confetti that I never ever use. Enamel dots. And I am going to put that these have to be from my cup of enamel dots. And if you, I'm just going to put from my cup. And if you know, you know. Pink and Main embellishments. Lace, I do have several things of lace. that I'd love to use, shaker element. I do not like making shaker cards, but I could use a shaker element in a different way. Okay, die cuts or ephemera. That could be not too shabby ephemera. It could be older die cuts ephemera from some kind of package, whatever. Flowers. I have a ton of flowers. Love from Lizzie strips. Love from Lizzie embellishment shapes. Love from Lizzie has some flat embellishments that are circles or stars or hearts. I don't use those very often. I do use my Love from Lizzie strips. Use 12 by 12 paper. I have a ton of 12 by 12 paper. Use adhesive letters. I have a ton of adhesive letters. A word die. A blueprint die set. That's from MFT. I have a lot of those. A cover plate die. I have a lot of those. I don't use very often. A collage die. I do have a few of those. And or a strip die. So those are all of my items that I could possibly pull to use to make my project. So let's spin and see what product we're going to use today. Yay! And we are going to use a mixed media-ish product, and I know exactly what I'm going to use. That will not be hard today. So, okay, so I will be back in the next part of this video with all of my supplies together, and I will see you shortly. Okay, my crafty friends, I am here for this exciting video. So in the previous clips, we spun for what kind of card we're going to use. We're going to make winter cards. We spun for what we were going to do. What kind of sketch we're going to use. We're going to use a sheet load of cards, and I've got something exciting for that. And then our last thing was kind of what products we're going to use. I'm going to use some other products too, but our main product that we needed to use is a mixed media-ish type of product. So that product is some sprays. I have never used four of these. I have some Distress Oxide sprays, 3, and then I have 2 Distress Mica stains. I'm going to do 1 in peppermint stick. I have the whole holiday collection of these, and Unraveled. And I'm not sure if this Unraveled is really going to be with the right color, but we'll see. So that's what I'm going to use for my mixed media-ish product. Then the other products I'm going to use is for our winter cards, I am going to make snowflake cards. And so this packet has snowflake dies, like it's full of snowflake dies. So I don't know what of these dies I will use. I don't have them labeled, so I won't be able to tell you what company these are, but I'm going to use these dies. And from Simon Says Stamp, I'm going to use this Cozy Wishes as my sentiment. Then I am going to use some Canson XL Watercolor Paper for my snowflakes. And then my scraps or kit. These were from a Scrapping for Less collection. Actually, a couple of different collections. I had them all in the same bag. And I'm going to use these together, these 2 together, these 2 together, these 3 together, and then these 2 together. So I am going to give myself permission to whatever scraps are left over from this, I'm tossing, because I'm giving myself permission to do that. And the sheet load of cards that I am going to use is, and the other product that I'm going to use for the sheet load of cards, a friend of mine that we were both on the Call Me Crafty Owl sheet load of cards creative team together at one time. And so she's the one that made me a little book that I kept my sketches in until she no longer was on the team, and then she quit making them for us. But anyhow, she found the older version of sheet load of cards that Crafty Owl used to do. And so that is the sketch I'm going to use. I've never used any of those sketches, so I'm going to use that sketch. So I don't know where you can find these because she found them for me, but I will tell you that just yesterday, Crafty Owl put out a video that I will link in the description box down below, a sheet load rewind. And so that sketch from the rewind is open and will go in the vault once the time limit is done. It's open until the end of March, and so I'll leave her link down below so you can check that out. So you definitely, if you are not familiar with sheet loads, want to check out her channel and check it out and subscribe to it because sheet loads are fabulous. Okay, so I am going to pull out my watercolor paper. Oh, I also have, that's why a cardboard box is here. I also have my splatter box here. So I am going to do the splatter, the spraying off camera and get everything cut. Okay, I hope you do not mind, but I went ahead and put all of the cards together. This was a very time-consuming process to make these cards. So I will learn from this and know that I need to, do this a few days ahead of time in stages. So anyhow, this is the sketch we're using. I did not do the circle part and put the image or the sentiment there, so you'll see what I did. So this is this is a very older sketch from, this is a very old sketch from Alicia from Sheet Load of Cards. And she used to do Sheet Load of Cards a different way. Know what that way was, but anyhow, her channel is linked down below for the way she does it now. You can check that out. And so I'm going to show you my cards. So I didn't quite have the right colors of those sprays to create my cards, but I think they turned out fine. So I put some snowflakes on the front and my sentiment Cozy Wishes. Again, that was from Simon Says Stamp. I will link whatever products I can find down below. And then I finished off the inside that way. Okay, so that is card number 1. Card number 2 was that yellow palette, and that unraveled was the perfect color for this one. Again, my Cozy Wishes, and I only had one extra yellow snowflake to do that. Some of the snowflakes did not come out well. I think I need a shim for my die cutting machine. I have an electronic Sizzix die cutting machine, so I'm very reluctant to use anything on it because I broke a machine one time using something on it that I shouldn't have, or that I found out I shouldn't have. I didn't know I shouldn't have used it. So there is the yellow card. And then this one is the card that I really didn't have the right color, but I sprayed that green color and I thought it looks okay. So this is card number 3. And then this color turned out redder than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be more on the pinky side, but it wasn't. So, but that's okay. I think they all turned out beautiful. And And this, I had, remember I told you that I was going to throw, I was giving myself permission to throw the scraps away. Well, there were a couple of scraps that were just too big to throw away. So I created one more card. And that's what I did on the inside of that one. So that's card number 5. And then this is the last card. Card number 6. Was because I had 2 of those. This pattern was a little different, but I had 2 of these sheets. And then that's what I did on the inside. Somehow I had way more of this color snowflake than I did of anything. So anyhow, those are my 6 winter cards using my Use Your Scraps, Use Your Kits edition. This will be a monthly video on my channel. And I thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.